So you might get a problem like this that is asking you to divide this polynomial expression by this shorter expression here. And I'm going to show you a really easy way how to perform long division. So basically, the main steps you need to note take are the first step in long division is always division, multiplication, and the third is subtraction, right? And to go over this in a very short, brief way to kind of review, right? If I give you 57 divided by 2, the first thing I do is divide. So I do 5 divided by 2. The first, you should always know this, these are first terms. Like when I'm dividing, I'm not dividing the whole thing, right? I'm only dividing the first terms, right? 5 divided by 2. And when I do 5 divided by 2, I get 2. And I multiply now. I multiply 2 times 2. And I'm getting 4 when I do that. And then now I subtract. So this is the subtraction, right? 50, you don't do 57, right? You do 5 minus 4. And you get 1. You drop things down, and you get 7. With subtraction, right, you should drop things down. Drop down extra numbers. Extra numbers that you see down here. So 57, the 7 gets dropped, and this becomes 17, right? 17 divided by 2 is 8. Now, what you can do is you do it again, right? This is a loop. So subtract, we're not done yet because we have 17 and we can divide that by 2. So 17 divided by 2 is 8. Now we multiply. We multiply because we just divided 17 by 2. Now 8 times 2 is 16. We're on our second round, right? We're subtracting. That's the third. We get 1. Okay, is there anything that we can drop down? No. That means we're done. That means we're done. And this remainder is what we have. So we end up with 28 remainder 1. And so that's generally how you do this, right? You subtract until you can no longer drop down any extras. And once you cannot do that anymore, you're done. Great. So we're going to follow the exact same idea, right, with this. So we're going to go first step, which is division, right? We talked about first terms only. So this is the first term here, and this is the first term here. So we do x squared divided by x. So x squared divided by x. If you remember about exponents, when you divide them, right, there's a 1 here, that's a little hidden 1. You can do 2 minus 1, which is exponent division, and you would get x to the 1, which equals x. So x squared divided by x is equal to x. Also, x times x is equal to x squared. Great. So we got an answer on that, right? We said x squared divided by x is x. So once we divide that, we get x. We put that answer right there. Now, we multiply this by the entire thing. Great. So what do we get when we multiply? We have to write this out, and make sure when you write this out, you put the parentheses around the x plus 2, or else you're going to get the wrong answer. So when you put it like this, right? Let's say you didn't want to do the exponent. You didn't want to do the parentheses. You would get x squared plus 2. When you do it the proper way and you want the entire thing, right, to be multiplied, what do you get? You get x squared plus 2x. This is the correct part that you should get for this part, and this is incorrect. Do you see how the answers are different? This has a 2x and this doesn't. So always make sure if you want the entire expression to be multiplied, you keep that x plus 2, right? Okay, let me erase this part. So you get x plus 2, right? Awesome. So you get x plus 2 when you multiply. You get x plus 2. You get x squared. You get x squared plus x plus 2. So right here, I'm going to just rewrite this here. X squared plus x plus 2. Cool. X squared plus 2x. So here you get x squared plus 2x. Awesome. So now we subtract, right? We just multiplied, we're subtracting now. So x squared minus x squared, that is 0. Now we do 5x minus 2x. What's that? That's going to be 3x. Is it a positive or a negative 3x? It's a positive 5 minus 2, basically, right? That's going to be positive 3x. Awesome. Is there anything we can drop down? There sure is. Over here. Okay, so now what we want to do is divide again. Divide first terms only. First terms only. Okay. So divide the 3x divided by the x. What do you get? You get, so let's write this down. 3x divided by x. These cross out, right? And you get a 3. So when you divide 3x by this x here, you get a x. You get a 3. And that's a positive 3, right? So we're going to do a plus 3 right here. Now what do we do? Let's erase some of these arrows so it's less confusing. Okay. Now, what did we do? We just divided, right? So now we got to multiply. So multiply this 3 by the entire thing. So do 3 plus 2x. What do you get? You get 3x plus 6. 3, okay, so now we're in the, we just multiplied. We now need to subtract. So we got to put the multiplication product down here. So 3x plus 6. Let me erase some of this over here. Okay. Okie dokie. So now we subtract. What's 3x minus 3x? 0. What's 6 minus 6? That's 6. That's 0. So now you get 0 plus 0, which is 0. That looks like a remainder to me because there is nothing else we can drop. There's nothing else we can drop. So this looks like a remainder. That means we're done. So therefore, the final answer is x plus 3. So let's rewrite this nicely. So x plus 3 times x plus 2 is equal to x squared plus 5x plus 6. The reason why this is, right, is the same reason that we did it in this problem, right? If I tell you 28, actually, let me do an easier problem. Let's do easier problem. If I tell you 8 divided by 4 is 2, if I tell you 2 times 4, right, all I did was I multiplied these two right here. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. That makes sense, right? Same idea, right? Over here, all I'm doing is I'm multiplying this top right here by this, and I'm getting this answer. So when I do x plus 3 times x plus 2 right here, you get this larger number. Same idea. You multiply this by this, and you get the larger number. So therefore, if I divide x squared plus 5x plus 6 by x plus 3, x plus 2 actually, the final answer gives you x plus 3. So that's the final answer. Let me know if you have any questions.